Our building has 12 apartments but only 11 leases. At 2:11 a.m., the 12th door opens by itself. Elevator buttons in my building go A, B, C, D, E, skip F, then G through K. 11 doors on my floor. Everyone agrees on this, including the landlord. But at 2:11 a.m., a 12th door appears at the end of the hall and opens 3 inches, like a mouth deciding whether to speak. The first night I heard the latch turn, I told myself, settling. Then I looked through my peephole. Down the lit corridor, past the fire extinguisher, a door stood where there wasn't one at dinner. No number, just a brass plaque that read, Lease. I should have gone back to bed. I walked. Up close, the door looked old, in the way new doors pretend to be in expensive hotels. I touched the knob. Cool. It swung inward without weight, the way a refrigerator opens when the seal is tired. The room beyond was perfectly staged for a stranger. Couch, lamp, little kitchen with a bowl on the counter like someone planned to eat an orange. 3 frames on the wall blank. On the island, a note. Rent is current. Thank you. The pen beside it was still uncapped. There was no window, and yet the room didn't feel airless. It felt recent, as if a person had just left without shoes, because a pair waited by the door, toes pointed out, like they were expecting me. The frames changed. Not photos, words. Frame 1. Agreed. Frame 2. Term frame 3. Notice under the last, a date wrote itself in wet letters tonight. The pen rolled an inch toward the note and stopped with the restraint of a trained dog. I said, because I am a coward who mimics politeness, I'm not staying. The frames went blank. The lamp clicked off, then on, like a nod. I backed out and pulled the door gently closed. The hinge sighed like a person being reasonable. In the hall, the plaque said, Lease again. Nothing more. The next night, 2:11, the latch turned. I watched from my peephole this time. The door opened, breathed, waited. After a minute, it closed. I slept on the couch with my shoes on. On the 7th night, my neighbor knocked at 2:12. I'd never met her. Quiet. Raincoat over pajamas. Eyes at the tired setting. Do you hear it? She whispered. I nodded, and we stood together like kids, listening for Santa, and instead hearing a locksmith. At the end of the hall, the door opened 3 inches. The frames filled. Agreed. Term. Notice. New words crawled underneath in a smaller hand. 2 tenants may not occupy 1 unit without consent. The shoes inside rotated slightly toward the couch, then back toward the door, undecided. We didn't go in. We watched it breathe until it didn't. In the morning, management slid a memo under every door. Renovations, adding new unit 11L. The floor plan showed a rectangle where there should be air. The rent line was printed, crossed out, printed again. Under occupancy. TBD. I tried to be normal. I cooked. I folded. I ignored a door that didn't exist. At 2:11 each night, the latch still turned. Some nights the frames stayed blank, as if the room was trying to be good. Some nights they wrote, "Thank you for staying," and then wiped themselves clean as if embarrassed by the need. One night I found a page under my mat. Early termination fee. 1 night. The letterhead matched the landlord's. The font didn't. It was the kind of type you see on brass labels in old libraries. I wrote a polite notice to vacate and slid it under the super's office door. When I came back upstairs, the 12th door was open 3 inches, waiting. Like acceptance. I didn't touch it. I put my hand on the wall beside my apartment instead, feeling for a seam I already knew was there. On my last night, I stayed up past 2:11, shoes by the bed, keys around my neck like a kid. The latch turned. The frames inside the room wrote agreed and nothing else. The shoes pointed toward the door. The lamp pulsed once. From my peephole, I watched the door close on its own, very gently, as if not to wake someone. I moved the next morning. Halfway down the block, I looked back like an idiot who wants closure from architecture. The hallway light flickered once, the good kind, like a wink. Later, the landlord emailed. Thanks for the notice. Looks like we still have you in the system as month to month. I didn't correct him. I keep the paper with one night in my wallet. It feels like a receipt and a threat and a promise. If you ever see a door where there isn't one, and it opens just a little, be kind. Rooms remember who speaks gently to them. And some places don't want you to sign forever just to agree, for one night, that you belong. Like and follow for more files.